Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So guys, I have a whole series about the whole women being ignored in the workplace because of the whole M2 thing. Okay? And all these chicks are all saying about how they're oppressed and harassed at work. And guys, what happens when it goes the other way, right? So what happens when a female boss harasses her male employee? Well, we're going to check that out right now. Because here we have a case in Fulton, Georgia, Fulton County, where a female boss was trying to smash her subordinate, and when he said no, she fired him. So we're going to get into this, guys, but before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment, because it really helps keep this channel going. Check out my second channel, linked in the description, and check out the playlist at the end for all of the women being ignored in the workplace videos, and let's go.
The former chief of staff for a Fulton County commissioner is claiming sexual harassment and wrongful termination. In a lawsuit, Calvin Brock accuses Fulton County's vice chairwoman of planting tracking devices in two of his cars to monitor his every move.
Look at that. Oh, and this reporter, hello, nurse.
Fox 5's Angelique Proctor took a closer look at the allegations.
Calvin Brock says he was initially hired by Commissioner Natalie Hall as a community relations manager, but he said he was promoted to chief of staff. He says things started going awry when he says the commissioner forced him into a romantic relationship.
My name is Natalie Hall, and I am your commissioner for Fulton County District 4.
Fulton County Vice Chairwoman and 4th District Commissioner Natalie Hall has been slapped with an equal employment opportunity complaint by her former chief of staff, Calvin Brock. Brock says he began working for Hall in May of 2018 and alleges he was, quote, subjected to unwanted sexual advancement by Natalie Hall, commissioner, end quote. He goes on to
So basically, this Calvin guy, he was a Tyrone who went to work for this chick. And this chick's older, guys. Obviously, she slammed right into the wall. And then here comes Calvin, and she said, ooh, I want a piece of that. And he was like, nah, I'm cool, right?
Claim in his March 4th, 2021 complaint that he was, quote, forced into a relationship for fear of losing his job, and that after he decided to end the relationship, Ms. Hall hid tracking devices in his vehicle to track his personal and professional conversations, which caused a hostile work environment, end quote. Mr. Brock tells me when the pandemic hit, working for Commissioner Hall became extremely difficult because they were working out of her home, and he says many times the rest of the team was not there. Mr. Brock says when he wanted out, the harassment got so bad, he claims Commissioner Hall planted devices in two of his cars. He even contacted Covington police back in December, saying he had found 3 devices placed in his cars without his permission.
She was putting tracking devices in his car as he would go over to her house to work. Now, if that's not odd, I don't know what is.
Detectives tell us 3 devices were reported to them. They are trying to determine who purchased the tools. Covington police tell Fox 5 the matter is still an open case. Commissioner Hall declined to speak to us about her former chief of staff and his EEOC complaint. She referred our questions to Fulton County Attorney Sue Joe. The Fulton County Attorney declined to speak with us about this EEOC complaint, but she did call it a disputed matter. We also tried to talk to the chairman of the Fulton County Commission, Rob Pitts, but he declined as well. Both officials pointed to the fact that they expect litigation after this EEOC complaint.
And good, guys, because you guys know what I say on this channel, press charges. If a chick lays hands on you, press charges. If a chick touches you crazy or tries to feel up on you at work, press charges. Okay, this is not a game, guys. It's a good thing that he reported her before she decided to get angry and report him. You know what I'm saying? And guys, let's just follow up on the news here. Let's go.
For the first time in nearly a decade, a Fulton County commissioner has been sanctioned by other board members.
Look at that.
Commissioners voting 5-1 to censure fellow Commissioner Natalie Hall for having what they call an inappropriate relationship with her now former chief of staff. 11 Alive's Bobeth Yates is following the story and has the details.
Well, the meeting was all fireworks as commissioners went back and forth to prevent the vote to censor Commissioner Natalie Hall. But despite the disturbance, the vote moved forward.
No further commercials. Sir,
Look at this guy's pink suit. A suit soon Ryan, throw back a bottle of beer. Oh man, look at that.
From a heated exchange to colorful public comment in the version of song.
What in the
Wednesday's
world?
Fulton County Commission meeting was much to do about the sexual harassment claims waived against Commissioner Natalie Hall. Those claims are currently being litigated in federal court.
There was information that became public during the trial that showed that the choices that Commissioner Hall made in reference to her chief of staff were not prudent.
During one of Hall's recent
And this is the thing. This is why I have the race card out, guys. All these modern women, all these 304s. Okay, guys, it doesn't matter if they're doctors, lawyers, politicians, or Starbucks workers. They all got that hood in them, and they're all gonna do some foolishness. I tell you guys, I've been black for 43 years. Guys, I know, especially American black women that are doctors, and you just say the wrong thing, and they get hood real fast. This woman's whole life's gonna be ruined. Well, hopefully, right? All because of what?
recent court proceedings, she acknowledged a sexual relationship with a former staffer who filed a lawsuit saying when he ended the relationship, he was terminated and is now seeking monetary damages. And during Wednesday's commission meeting, the issue also had residents calling for Hall's resignation.
We do not.
Yeah, and the fact that she still has her job. Wait a minute. Guys, if this was a man messing around with his female staffer, he wouldn't be in that seat still.
Trust her. We don't believe the things that she says because she smirks like it's no apology. She should step down.
The commission voted 5-1 to condemn the actions, with Hall abstaining from the vote.
This is a sad day, but it's also a day that had to be done because as elected officials, we must speak to when something is egregious.
Well, Commissioner Hall did not address the sanction against her at all. In fact, she stayed quiet through the entire process. It wasn't until after they moved to other agenda items that she began business as usual. Bobeth Yates, 11 Alive News.
This is what happens when you let 304s run things, man. Seriously, absolutely insane. I think we have one more news story here.
Staff was sexually harassed and wrongfully terminated by a Fulton County commissioner. Calvin Brock claims he had to maintain a sexual relationship with District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall in order to keep his chief of staff job, while Hall says the sex was consensual and did not amount to harassment. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor is following this from federal court, where testimony on Angelique in the civil case wrapped up today, right?
That's right, Christine. Testimony finally came to an end. Now, former Chief of Staff Calvin Brock says Commissioner Hall would not let him keep that job without the sexual component.
Without blowing her back out.
Hall's attorneys say Brock was all good with the sex until he wasn't.
Can you imagine if the genders were reversed and they were trying to argue that? Well, she was good with the sex until she wasn't. Clown world. And this is why any one of you guys that thinks that the courts are fair are for men, I got something for you.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Clown world.
Calvin Brock's attorneys say once the 51-year-old wanted out of the sexual relationship, Fulton County Commissioner Natalie Hall invaded his space by going through his computer, answering his phone, and even planting 3 tracking devices in his car to monitor his every move. They claim the Army and Navy veteran had nowhere to turn and felt trapped in the sexual relationship in order to keep his $125,000 a year job as Hall's chief of staff. They say Commissioner Hall fired Brock just 2 days after listening to him plan a date with another woman.
Ah, there it is, guys. I told you, this Calvin guy, he was a Tyrone, and he was busting other chicks down, and she got mad, she got angry. She was monitoring his phone and his computers and saw that he was going out with another chick and said,
"How dare you!"
and fired him, you moron. And you thought you were going to get away with that? And guys, sorry, I have to give this Calvin guy a round of applause because, I mean, he's an idiot for smashing his boss, but the fact that he actually pressed charges, I mean, it's wrong to fire someone. That's wrongful termination either way. So round of applause.
Via the tracking device she planted in his car. Covington police confirmed Hall purchased all 3 devices. On the other side, attorneys for Commissioner Hall say Brock initiated all of the sexual encounters the two had.
Who is this courtroom artist? Like, what is this? I thought that they're supposed to draw like lifelike drawings, dude. But what is going on? Guys, I know like 8-year-olds that can draw better than this.
Over a year and a half. They say he was not in fear of losing his job and in fact was dominant over and even disrespectful to the District 4 commissioner. The attorneys for Commissioner Hall concede while the consensual relationship was distasteful, none of Hall's behavior was illegal. Administrative law judge Jason Patel, who asked lots of questions during the 6-day trial, will make the final determination.
They're actually saying that what she was doing was not illegal when she fired the guy after having a sexual relationship. That the audacity.
And don't expect that decision to come anytime soon. I'm told with these, we could finally get a result in September or maybe even October. We are live from the Fulton County Courthouse. I'm sorry, the federal courthouse. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5.
All right.
Now, guys, you might be asking, AJ, what happened in this case? Look at this. Look at this. January 25th, 2024, a couple of days ago, nearly $1 million in Fulton County tax money will go towards paying off a harassment judgment against the commissioner. Guys, yo, Tyrone got paid.
City boy, city boy.
Look at that. I gotta get the city boy out for him, dude. Straight up. Look at that. Look at that, guys. He pressed charges, he fought the law, and the law won, and now he's getting paid. Look at that. So Commissioner Natalie Hall's former chief of staff, Calvin Brock, says she fired him for refusing to have an exclusive romantic relationship with her. Hall smacked a reporter's hand as she tried to ask questions about the settlement. The judge found Fulton County liable for sex discrimination, but not retaliation, and ordered the county to pay Brock back pay with interest, front pay, and compensatory damages and attorney fees. Look at that. They chose to not appeal the judge's order because if they appealed and lost, it would be more money. Look at that. Central to this case is Brock's contention that Hall planted covert surveillance devices in his personal vehicles to listen to his conversations with other women. He sued the county and not her personally. So in the final analysis, it's the taxpayer who got screwed. But that's what happens when you put a 304 in charge. Look at that. Commissioner censured her, but They can't fire her because she is an elected official. And of course, she's not going to step down. Of course not. Because that would be holding herself accountable. And we all know that 304s don't do that. So it's going to be up to the taxpaying citizens to show how they feel. That the fact that almost $1 million will be used for judgment. Someone said that Calvin, he feels vindicated. A lot of people would not believe that a man would be going through something like this. He says this is proof that this type of thing happens to men. Facts. Guys, let me know what you think, man. You know? You guys are going to see this happening more and more. Just like you see these female teachers banging their young students, you're going to see all these knuckleheaded 304s being put in positions of power and then trying to bang and clang their Chad and Tyrone subordinates. So, all right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.